Good morning. It is time for the first meal of the day, and this is probably gonna be the most boring one because you have seen it before. It is eggs. I will do 2 sandwiches. It's gonna be 3 eggs. Then see if we got some ham or something as well, and maybe some big vegetables as well. Depends. But I like to have the same breakfast every morning, roughly the same, switch up just a little. But I make sure I get my eggs, some sort of sandwich, and can differ a little, but not too much, because having routine-based mornings, it's really easy, especially every day when you wake up, you really know what to do. Like my breakfast, I have routine for it, and in general, my morning routines are pretty easy to follow and the same every day. So that's key. But let's get into the making. 3 eggs for today. Right, I get myself the bowl and some eggs. Even if I've done this so many times, I'm still not a professional egg cracker. For some reason it always seems to be small shells in it. Not every time, but the chances are high. Oh, that was bad. That is good. Then I can show you the trick. As if I get a shell, I just take literally the other side or one of the other shells, put it up. Right, we're good. We can take this, put it in the decomposition. I don't know if that's the name, but we have a lot of recycling and things in Sweden, which is great. We don't put everything in the trash. We have different departures for it. Now let's stir the eggs. So this is my daily wrist training. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. And now to the life hack. I'm gonna throw these ones in the microwave while I'm doing my sandwiches. Saves a lot of time and it is extremely easy to do. So I've been doing it for a long time and it works great in my opinion. And the eggs, I have them on like 1.5 minutes, but it depends of course on how many eggs you have or how the bowl looks like. 1.5 works for me. So in general, if you feel like the mornings you don't really have time or you're a bit too lazy, that's probably more my reason. Try microwave eggs. Extremely quick. Let's let them cook and make sandwiches. Alright, there's one more thing I'm gonna fix, and that's the morning shake. And I don't remember what I did last time, but sometimes I actually take coffee and protein. Works pretty good if you have decent flavors on the protein powder. I like chocolate and vanilla. I think those ones are the standard. Sometimes I try some other things, but it's not too good. Too big of a contrast between the coffee. But I usually just take some coffee and then the protein. Now I am running a bit low, so I don't really know how much. Less than 1 scoop. Maybe this is 1.5 scoop in total. I have ordered more. I think I ordered 4 kg protein powder yesterday, so it's on its way. Then some creatine as well, something I usually put in here. And I take 8 grams every morning. Did take a little bit less before, but every year I'm growing a little bit bigger and bigger, so taking some bigger doses. And here as well, usually take some milk. It's not as strong. Maybe when I get older I will start to drink black coffee, but I'm not in that stage yet. Start to fast group the cup. Oh, of course. Alright, but we are done. We didn't have any ham, but I've got butter. There we have it. And some leftover salads from yesterday, so I'm just gonna put this one on sandwiches, and that will be pretty good. And then the eggs will be the main source of protein. This is the bread. The eggs are done, so I gotta just take them out. Then we continue with these ones. And they look absolutely perfect. This is literally a life hack. I should get Nobel Prize for making it and maybe not inventing it. Signature move. Onto the bread. These ones have 7 grams per 100 grams. 8 of them, that's 400 grams in total in this package. So each of these ones are 50 grams. I'm just gonna take a double. That's not too much. About 3.5 grams of protein. Nothing significant. The plate almost out of butter. For these ones I can take light, or there's different products with lower levels of fat. But since I don't really care about calories, it's, I don't really care if it's light or not. If I were to count calories or were to aim really low, I would probably use a light one with less fat. I'm actually gonna tell you a side thing. I'm gonna get another one. This is what I used to have a lot. Philadelphia. I think it's, I don't know the name in English. Either way, I'm not gonna remember the name for it. But it looks like this. you probably know what it is. You have it on the sandwiches as well. I used to have this one instead of butter for a long time because it's way lower in fat. However, I had a discussion with my grandmother like a few months ago, and I don't really know how we got to that subject, but we talked about acne, you know, acne in the face or basically anywhere, but she told me she was allergic to this and that in younger age she got a lot of acne when she ate it. And I was like, fuck. Because from time to time I have some acne and I'm like, I don't understand what it is, because I have good diet, I don't eat too much sugar or fatty foods, or you know, I don't really eat shit. So I don't know, I thought it was just genetics. But then I stopped eating this and it worked. Like my skin and everything has never been this good. Of course I still sometimes get acne from time to time if I eat something weird or something, but in general it's been way better. So I told my grandma, why didn't you tell me earlier? Because this was the life hack. Just take it away from literally everything, and it worked. So maybe you have the problem and you eat a lot of it. Try it. Might be something in it that some people react to, or me and my grandma at least did. Let's continue with the sandwich. I'm actually gonna put salad first. Bring this one closer. We have some tomatoes, some corn, some I don't know if it's called pepper. Probably more like pepper or something. I'm just gonna pour this one. I usually don't put corn on the sandwiches, but since it was just in here, I don't really care. And now onto the main contester, and that's the eggs. Kind of like this. Oh no. Rookie mistakes. And I'm gonna just put them on top. There we go. And the rest, I'm just gonna eat. Alrighty, so this is the final, like the main ones. The eggs, 3 eggs. That's roughly 21 grams of protein, 7 grams each. The bread was around, the bread and butter, around 4 grams, so we're up at 25. This in 1 scoop is 22 grams of protein, I think. So that's 47, and then the vegetables is barely nothing, so I think 47 grams. That's a pretty decent start of the day. Something you're gonna notice, like when it comes to cooking and when I'm doing these, like I show you what I eat, I am not gonna try my best to make it look good, like, because that's not what I would do in like my daily life. I literally just eat the things I need. And back to this point, like, make things easy. If I make routines that are extremely good and they are easy to perform, I'm gonna do it. So this means that every morning this is what I'm doing. And now it takes a little bit longer since I'm filming, but it's extremely quick. When I do it, it's like chop, 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 and I know exactly what to do, which is what I want. And then when it comes to lunch and everything, I just make sure I get my protein. I don't care if it's, you know, how it looks or anything like that. Is it the right nutrition, the right amount of protein, then I'm good for it. So that's the breakfast, and after this I'm gonna go to the gym. It's gonna be a push training today, so pretty exciting. The last one for this week and the last one in rings. It's gonna be a bit sad to leave the rings, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get back to them in the future as well. So I'll see you guys there. You know it's morning when you forget to put the microphone on the actual cap. I was sure I had it on me, but then when I finished, I saw this one laying on the table. I'm sorry if the sound is extremely bad. Rookie mistake. I've forgotten to film sometimes, but this is a new type of mistake. Either way, I will have it on the gym. I'll see you guys there. Alright, let's just see that the microphone is working. Seems to be. Now I actually have it on me, which is, you know, beneficial if you want to hear what I say. Rookie mistakes in the morning, but we live and we learn. As long as you only do a mistake once, it's almost like doing it 0 times. If I do it again, yeah, that's just embarrassing. Let's start off with planche push-ups in the ring. I got the setup ready behind me, and gonna be the 10 to 30 kg resistance band like normal, and 11 reps, 3 sets. This is gonna be the final push workout before deload, and then moving on to P-bar training and things like that again. So let's hope we end this ring series on top. And in the push-ups, I need to protect my forearms because I'm hitting the upside of the rings. Perfect. Felt a bit heavy, but I always say that. Sometimes these ones look better on camera than what they feel. It's really hard to know how my body is, especially on rings, but might be good. I'm always strong in the push, and not too controlled. It is what it is, still good reps. Oof. Let's move on to set number 2. There's no people in the gym today, so let's go ham with the shirtless already from the start. Oof. Sorry if you saw my morning hair, I hide it with a cap. The way to go. Let's get it. 11 more reps. I don't know, no comments on that one. Feels a bit heavy, but I hate to say it, because it's almost like I'm giving up. Next set, that's the one. Alrighty, let's get the final set for the planche push-ups. Now I put the camera in the front, we can see if I'm symmetrical in this way. I checked the footage and it looks better than it feels. It definitely does, so maybe I am not too sad about the previous sets. But this one, let's see if I'm pushing more with one arm or if I'm doing kind of symmetrical. In the push-up or in the full range of motion. Let's get it. Waiting for the drop. Fuck, I'm moving a lot. Nah, I moved a lot back and forward. I know I entered it a bit quick, but still more movement than usual. Fuck this one. Let's move on to holds. That's up next. Before I actually move on to the planche hold, I want to do a one-arm handstand, just for enjoyment. Really love doing it, so sometimes I add it in the workouts just for fun. But let's actually make a deal. If I can do a 8-second one-arm handstand, that's pretty long in my opinion. I usually don't do that long holds, just casually. You have to subscribe. Support the channel, and if you want to see me destroy myself, it's you know, I really appreciate it. I really hope I make 8 seconds. Straddle one arm. That was probably close. I don't know if it was 8. I'm gonna check that. Let's assume it's 8. So please subscribe right here. Let's move on to the full planche hold. Oof. Just for your knowledge, it was about 10 seconds, so you know what to do. I see you at the planche holds. Goal is gonna be 11 seconds. I'm using my phone to time it, so I know I'm actually holding the mount. And it's gonna be 3 sets. Let's go. Oof. That felt pretty solid. Wasn't expecting the holds to be that good considering the push-up technique or the form I had here. But I think the hold was pretty good. Felt nice. Strong in the shoulders. I don't feel any pain today in this one, which I'm extremely grateful for. I'm not gonna do the dips either way because that's where I got the pain from in the beginning. I might just do some dips though with activation, so no weights, maybe just a few bodyweight reps to get blood flow and target that area as well. But in general, this was solid. So let's do two more sets. I checked my previous hold and like I said, I felt really strong in the shoulders, and that can also be seen on the form in my planche because my ass is a bit more upwards. So this means I'm putting a lot of effort onto the shoulders and less activation in the core. I mentioned this before because combining core and shoulders is a way to, you know, almost balance in planche. So you make sure the core takes not necessarily 50%, but let's say 50% of the, let's say, strength, and the shoulders take 50%. But if you have bad form where the, you know, ass is really high up, the core is taking, you know, maybe 10% and the shoulders 90%. This is just estimate numbers, it's not true at all, but in general. So I want to avoid that. So therefore this time I'm going to lean more in and activate the core way more. And then hopefully you're going to be able to see the difference from my first hold and to this one I'm about to do right now. And the recommendation for everyone, even if you're not planning on filming and posting on social media or anything, I recommend filming sets because it's, especially if you're training alone, it's almost the only way to know if you're doing doing right. My last set felt really good, and if it wasn't because I filmed it, I wouldn't know that my form was a bit off. Strongly recommend filming for improving yourself. And of course you can post on social media if you want. People like to follow a progressive journey. Pay close attention to my core, that activation. My glutes gonna be activated a lot as well, and hopefully my ass isn't gonna be that high up. Dropped 1 second too early, but I think the form was way better. You're gonna see the hips and everything, it looks in general better, but at the same time I might not know, it may have been awful. Let's check it, but hopefully there's a difference. Let's get the final set going. I checked my form and there was a big difference. Or big difference in my eyes, because I know I can see the difference, especially on myself. I've been doing it for a long time. It's mainly the hip position, if my ass is pointing up or down. But no more talking about that, I think you understand the point. So let's lay this final set. Always forget the timer. Here we go. It's a bit heavy. Hopefully that final one was also decent form. I mentioned yesterday about why I only do 3 sets. One thing is that I get bored if I do more. But the other reason as well that I didn't say yesterday is also, if I do too many sets of one exercise, it's exactly the same muscles that are targeted. So I get, every set gets a little bit worse. So if I were to do about 4 or 5, those end sets would be very different from the first ones. And in my opinion, I try to just avoid that, rather do other exercises. So if I switch it up between doing some statics, then the next set or the next exercise is a dynamic move and then a static, I feel like I recover a bit more. So that's the way I've been going now. I haven't mentioned it, but you probably see that I try to do one static thing, then I do a power dynamic, then I do a static, power dynamic, and I move around. So it's been working for me. All right, next up is the planche press in rings. And to be honest, I have nothing to say about this one. It's been a devil all the way since I started. My reps has increased a little. Of course, we have changed the height of the rings as well, so that's the way of progressive overload. But in general, this one is just trying to survive. Let's get 6 reps, 3 sets. If we can finish that, I'm pretty satisfied. Maybe it's actually the press that is giving me these wounds. So this is from the rings. Because it's the top ring that's every time I'm doing push-ups or now the press, the other part of the ring is just scratching. But fuck it. Got these ones in place, hopefully they will protect a little bit. And if you're wondering why, apparently I had my tank top, I went to the toilet, so that's why I put it on again. But we need the extra power for these reps. They are hard as it is. 6 reps. This is one of those motherfuckers that I just get mad at. Because when you're bad at an exercise, it's boring to do as well. And for some reason I just can't figure it out. I know I'm really stiff in the upper position. That's why I want to do normal handstand as well. It's a bit banana form. And it might affect me a little bit in this one as well, but I know. I just really hate this one. But I know it's good for me, so that's why I do it. I have no comments. I'm just gonna destroy this set. 6 reps easier than ever before. There's like no power. Every time I'm done with this one, I feel relieved. Let's move on to Maltese hold. A bit more fun. Pronated Maltese hold. Last session I did 8 seconds hold, I think it was. I'm gonna try to do 9 seconds today. This is one of these ones I'm gonna add in next week's training, because Maltese is one of those skills that I really wanna have. Whereas ring training, it's in general just to gain more strength. So unless I wanna compete or anything in rings, it's just to build more strength to do on P-bars or straight bar. So I will do more of this one. But I'm either way gonna try to do 9 seconds, 1 second progressive overload since last time. That's the goal. The truth about Maltese is, if you're not falling on your face when you're done with it, you are having a too strong resistance band. Because for me to be here and then press myself back up in this position, that's impossible. Unless I'm using a too heavy band. So I'm getting a lot of face bands. And I think that was about 8 seconds, at least with good form. So I'm gonna stick with it. And I didn't feel pain in my right shoulder. This position felt pretty decent. I was expecting to feel a little bit, because the dip position is here. Maltese is here. The shoulder position is pretty close to each other, but only here I feel slight pain, so that's good. Let's keep killing it. Alrighty, let's move on to set number 2. From that angle, the shoulders, everything looked pretty good, protraction as well. Let's see if my hips and my legs are in decent height, because it's easy to sometimes drop the legs, so they're pointing downwards, which is still a Maltese. I'm holding myself up, but not the cleanest one, so let's see how that form looks like from this angle. It is harsh. Maltese is one of these like extreme skills, because sometimes I don't even know which muscles I'm using. Like obviously a lot of shoulder, but my whole body is just shutting down. When I'm done with a set, I don't really feel tired in the shoulder or tired in the core. I just feel, like I've been running a mile. I think it's a lot of like that as well in most calisthenics skills, because it involves the whole body. You don't really get tired in one specific muscle. You just in general get almost pass out. One more set. Final set. That was 1 second short of 9, but pretty good. Previous ones has, I think, roughly 9 seconds. Even though I'm falling in the last seconds, I'm still doing negative, and I'm not just letting go, so negative strength. Let's move on to straight arm raises. That's up next, and then I'm gonna end it with some bodyweight dips, just to feel the shoulder a little. All right, straight arm raises. I got to 17.5, same as last time, and it's gonna be 11 reps, kind of a lot. There's one flaw right now with my schedule, and that's the fact I'm doing Maltese hold and then moving on to straight arm raises. They're both pretty similar, especially since I'm doing the flat bench. I'm targeting sort of the Maltese position, whereas if I were to do incline bench, that would be more towards the normal planche. And that needs to be changed. So maybe if I do the Maltese a bit earlier in the workout, or these ones last. I don't know. I'm gonna switch it up for next week, so we'll see then. But let's do it. 11 reps, 3 sets. it's pretty good. I'm gonna tell you, when I started doing these ones a few years back, I did it with 8 kg. And I was pretty strong at that time, but 8 kilograms, this is more than twice. And that's what I'm repping on right now. And back then I did maybe 8 reps. Of course, this is, 4 or 5 years ago, but still a big difference. Because at that point, it wasn't like I was half my size. I was still pretty tall, weighed around 70 kg. So this is way more strength compared to my body weight as well, which is what we want. Calisthenics is all about strength in relation to your body weight. That's it. So me being a big dude, I gotta become really fucking strong if I wanna do all the crazy planche and Maltese. But it's also why this journey is hella fun, because once I get it, it's also, more, I don't know the word for it, but when I actually get results, it feels extremely well, because I know I worked a lot for it. So let's move on. Set number 2. It's good. Final set. And if you're wondering, on this side, this is the burn mark that I got from the sauna. I think it was 2 weeks ago at least, even more. Takes some time for it to heal. Might be a small scar afterwards, but it is what it is. Like I said, you only do a mistake once. If you do it twice, well, then that's stupid. But once, that's fine. I'm gonna just do some slow and controlled dips to end it. Basically just to get some blood flow. I've noticed that when I have pain in muscles or feel sore, the best thing I can do is to just activate them a little, not necessarily rest them completely, get some blood flow. It also makes it feel better at the moment, but recovery, I felt like it's been faster as well, so that's what I'm gonna do. Feels decent. Of course, in this position, I feel like it's something that's not completely right. And this is good recovery. Since I'm usually doing it with almost 75 kg extra, it's almost twice my weight, a bit less, but almost. So this is really light for the muscles. Let's do one more of the body weight dips, and I'm done with the workout for today. Pretty good. I almost don't know how to be when I'm doing weighted dips.
because it's, you know, really easy. Usually I'm doing things at high intensity, so I'm pretty screwed in the end of the reps. But now when I'm doing things that's really easy, I'm like, where the fuck should I look? Should I do a face like it's hard, but it really isn't? Kind of fun. But now I am done for today, and it was a pretty decent workout. I'm looking forward to the next week, where it's gonna be more P-bars, which is more relatable to the competition and my actual goals within this training. So it's gonna be exciting. But today, it's not over. I will see you guys when it's time to eat for next time. Still have lunch and dinner, and I'm probably gonna get another protein source. And I know that my protein powder is out. I'll get new in a few days. So I might have to stop and buy some sort of protein shake or something, just to get that extra. Or eat a can of tuna. But I think I'm gonna buy something else today. See you guys then. Alrighty, I just picked up a package at the store. It's for a school project, but I did buy a protein shake at the same time. It is 25 grams of protein. These ones you get a bit full, because look at the size of this one. It is, you know, half a liter, 500 milliliters, and the percentage of protein is not high. It's just that the package is so big that it's actually a lot of protein in total. So that's why I love protein powder in general, because then you have the percentages extremely high as well. Keep the calories low in general. So, but this is usually the best they have. Of course, there's some insane ones, but they cost a lot, and in my opinion, it's just not worth it. So this is what I got: 25 grams of protein. In total calories, 250 in this whole one. So not too bad, to be honest. But this is what I'm gonna have for a, let's say, snack, and then I'll see you guys for lunchtime. All right, it is time for lunch. And from yesterday, I got some meat over and some rice. This is gonna be pretty perfect. I'm also gonna take some tomatoes as well, just to make it a bit more fun. Get some vegetables. I've heard it is good for you as well. But let's see, the rice I don't really care about, but the meat I care about how much it actually weighs. So I'm gonna weigh it and get an estimate of how much protein it is. It's about 18 grams per 100 gram. So just gonna times that by how many 100 grams I'm actually getting. All right, let's see how much it weighs. I'm gonna start this one on, put it on 0. I would love to get about at least 300 grams. That's 60 grams of protein. So now I'm gonna take all of this and just see where we're landing. Okay, that's about 250. 18 times 2 plus 9. A bit hard to do in the head. I'll give it a shot. 19. 18 plus 18. That is 36. And we have 9. 45. I think that's good. Might be wrong. But 45 grams of protein. That's gonna be pretty decent. And then I had my shaker as well. The one I bought. Let's actually bring the camera up here. There we have it instead. Right, so the shaker as well. That was 25 grams of protein. The breakfast, roughly 50. Let's say 50 was 48, who cares? 50 is easier to count on. 50 plus 25, we have 75 grams. And then add my protein from this one, which is 45. So that's gonna be 120 grams of protein, which is decent. I'm still gonna need to do one more intake and then probably dinner as well. Get to my 200. And now let's eat. There we go. I literally just warmed everything in this one because it's kind of a lot of food. So a small plate was not enough. I'm also gonna drink milk. It's what I usually have to my meals. This is about 3 deciliters. That's 300 grams. And it's about 10 grams of protein as well. So now we are at 135 grams already. I also got myself some tomatoes, just to switch it up, get some vegetables as well. Otherwise my mother is gonna be pretty mad if I don't eat them. But yeah, this is gonna be it. And I always eat with a spoon if it's possible, because the rate I can eat is probably like 5 times as fast than to eat with a fork and knife. So I prefer the spoon. Like I said, I just eat because I need it. The nutrition, the protein, everything. And unfortunately, if you're the type of person that buys expensive food and then you have me over for dinner, it's hard, because I literally, when it comes to food, I'm not a guy who enjoys expensive luxury food. I literally just eat. But still, I love eating dinners with people, but it doesn't have to be too fancy, to be honest. Now it's time to eat, and I will see you guys when it's time for probably another snack to get more protein. It is time for the dinner, and I got some chicken. This is chicken legs. They are already finished from the store. And then some potato salad. This is a lot of fats, but got some carbs as well, and it tastes really good. So I'm gonna have that as well. But in general, the chicken legs, this is gonna be really hard to measure because I don't know how much the bones are actually weighing. But I'm gonna try to weigh it, maybe put about 50% bones. I think that's a underestimate, so that's better than to overestimate it. And at that point I'm not gonna know really how much protein it is. I rather wanna measure too little than always measure too much. In the end of the day, I'd rather eat too much than too little. Alright, so this is 400 grams of chicken. Let's say it's 50% bone. That's 200 grams of chicken, 19 grams about roughly per 100 grams. So 38 grams. Or this is actually 418 grams. So let's just say 40 grams of protein. We were at 135 for this meal. So now we're at 175. I still need 25 more grams protein. But I think that's gonna be for like maybe a sandwich or something. Or maybe some yogurt or something light after. That's gonna be a bit later. But this is what I'm gonna have for dinner. So the final result looks about this. I did bring some olives and tomatoes as well. But in general, pretty decent plate. Looks a bit more fresh than the maybe last one. So good. Something I forgot was actually the milk. I'm gonna have 1 glass as well. Maybe 2 to be honest. But I'm gonna count it as 1 right now. Might refill it afterwards. But I'm not gonna put up the camera just to show that. Either way, this is 10 more grams of protein. And that leaves us to 185. And to be honest, those 15 extra grams, I'm gonna take them either like a small portion of yogurt or a sandwich with some ham, or I will take a can of tuna. I'm not gonna film that though, because after this I am pretty done and I'm gonna do some schoolwork and then go to sleep because it's hard training, hard sesh tomorrow. That's gonna be the plan. But I hope you enjoyed today's session and also a bit more variety with food this time compared to last time. And like I said, I'm gonna try to do this a bit more often, maybe every Saturday, because I do have a bit more time to prepare, show everything. We see. That's the goal. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao!